If you are anything like me, you are unofficial technical support for your friends and family. Last year I got my mum a new mobile phone, and I've been gradually adapting it for her to make it more user-friendly and useful for her. Her phone is an Android device, so these tips are specific to that type of device. I decided to get a phone with fingerprint unlock. However, after a lifetime of hard work, my mum's fingerprints have actually rubbed off her fingers. I considered how I could make the phone easier for her to unlock, maybe by simply swiping up the screen. But if she was to lose the device when outside, someone could access her data. So we decided to set a simple PIN. The next thing was making the screen icons and screen text easier to read. My mum wears glasses, and the older you get, the harder it is to read things which are quite close to the eyes. So we set the font size to be the largest, and this made a dramatic improvement in readability of the screen. After that, we looked at the app which my mum uses most often, which is WhatsApp. This is a very essential app for her. She uses it to keep in touch with friends, family. So it was essential that this be as easy to use as possible. And pretty much WhatsApp is very easy to use. That said, there is some functionality in WhatsApp that she does find tricky, especially the concept of sharing things. The main thing she shares is photos and images. We showed our mum the screenshot functionality, which actually was very easy for her to understand. Normally on an Android phone, you hold the volume button down and press the power key to take a screenshot. But for someone with not so strong hands, this is surprisingly difficult. Now, Android devices have an inbuilt accessibility menu, which actually came to the rescue here. This gives an easy way to get a screenshot simply by pressing a button. It would be nice if the accessibility buttons could be dragged and dropped. At the moment, the screenshot button is on the second page, and sometimes Mum forgets where it is. If it was on the first page, I'm sure I wouldn't have as many issues. So instead of sharing content from within WhatsApp, she can take a screenshot and it will easily prompt her to share that screenshot with whoever she likes. Another issue we had was with the menu that swiped down from the top of the screen. Sometimes Mum would accidentally turn off the Wi-Fi, or she'd put the phone on mute, or in high contrast mode, or enable talkback, or a number of other things which can be done from that menu. So we decided to rearrange the icons here to put the least destructive, shall we say, icons first. And this dramatically reduced the number of mishaps. Another thing Mum wanted is a way of easily putting the phone on mute. This is because normally she has the phone ringer and notifications on at the maximum volume or very loud. And when she's sleeping, she sometimes would get WhatsApp messages from people in other time zones and they would wake her up. So we tried a number of different apps to make this easy and settled on the one in the screenshot, Indianet's sound tile. And this gave a very easy way to not only mute the phone but also to put it on vibrate mode only. One other thing you can see in the screenshots and videos so far is that the Google search bar is at the bottom of the home screen, just above the navigation buttons. And for someone like my mum, she sometimes would inadvertently press the Google search bar by mistake. And with this Android version she's using on the phone, Android 10, it's actually impossible to move that Google search bar. So to get around this problem, we changed the home launcher. The one we used is Nova Launcher, which is a well-known launcher alternative. And the only reason we're using this is because it gives us that flexibility to move the search bar to the top of the screen. A few times, Mum has accidentally enabled a feature on Android phones called Talkback. And what this does is it helps partially sighted people navigate around screen elements on the phone by speaking them aloud. And Mum doesn't have that problem, thankfully, but when it is enabled, it's really, really difficult to turn it off or figure out how to turn it off. And like the screenshot issue mentioned earlier, I think it's a volume press plus power key combination or something like that. So we got into the settings and turned off the Talkback service so it can't be easily enabled again. And then lastly, one thing we did was to set the updates on automatic and happen in the background for all the apps and whatnot. She didn't need to see prompts and things like that, which most of us don't read anyway, and click OK, let alone my mum. So we enabled automatic updates. The Play Store has a nice feature in that it auto scans apps, so we don't have to worry so much, but her phone is actually out of support in terms of security updates. As shown here, the last one was in 2021, so we probably need to update her phone soon from that point of view. But if you've got a phone in the situation, you can kind of be rest assured that the apps at least are updated and they're being scanned for security vulnerabilities. And that is pretty much it. Now Mum has a much more usable phone. She doesn't accidentally cause problems as so much. Number of issues has gone down dramatically, and she can get on with using the phone, using WhatsApp, contacting family and friends, and all is good. I hope this video has been useful. Please leave a comment if you've got any tips or if you've helped someone else in a similar way with their phone. Doesn't have to be Android, can be iPhone tips as well. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.